Oh, hey, what's that, you might ask? That, my friends, is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and I have a surprise waiting for me at my door. I'm 99% sure I know what it is, but let's still open it anyway and find out. So, let's, let's, oh my gosh. Okay. Not what I thought it was, but it is a Pixel 5a. All right, so this is not what I was expecting it to be, but I'm still very excited because I have done a little bit of research and there's been some rumors, and in some ways, this phone is going to be better than the Pixel 5. The Pixel 5 has been my daily driver. It has been the phone that's been in my pocket every day since it launched, and I love this phone. Honestly, truly, it's one of my favorite phones out there. I actually am a nerd, so I do have an iPhone and an Android in my pocket at all times. Let's get into it. This is the Pixel 5a 5G, which is very important because I do have T-Mobile's mid-band 5G here, and on my Verizon phone, I pick up the ultra-wideband through Verizon. You can read some of the specs there. The Pixel 5a 5G sub-A, 6.34 inches, 128 gigs, mostly black, and the model number. Now, you don't even have to have a knife to get into this, which is pretty neat. And let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. All right. So at first glance, it's actually a little bigger than the Pixel 5, which is amazing. Quite nice. I like that because I do like having a phone I can like easily maneuver around, because the 12 Max is very big and I can't really reach very far up there. But it's a different story with this phone. But this phone's just this. Oh, it feels. Ooh, look at that peel. So satisfying. So satisfying. So, it looks like you do get a little downgrade in the cameras there because this one has 3 and this one has 2 with the flash. Ooh, look at that size difference. That is quite nice there. Goes out much farther. A little bit wider too. All right, let's see what else you get in the box. Definitely going to need this so I can take my SIM card out of my 5 and put it in the 5A. You got some like booklets, instructions, stuff like that. And then we have the 18-watt Type-C charger. And then we have a Type-C to Type-C cable with a Type-C to USB cable. All right. I do prefer the color of my Pixel 5. It is a nice, even though I don't really ever get to see it because I've got a case on it because I am accident prone. All right. All right, let's turn this bad boy on. It definitely instantly feels bigger in your hands. That's what she said. Than this phone does. But which I do like that. It's not too big, but it's not too small. It feels really, really good. That works very well. I've done that in my Pixel 5 video, but I'm going to go ahead and set this up as a new device because I have a lot of apps that I never use, but I'm also the type of person that goes through and tries to delete them and it's like, oh, I can't delete that. I might use that app someday. So just starting fresh sounds actually better for me right now. This is one of the best features of this phone with the whole face mask thing that we've had to do for such a long time now. It has a fingerprint scanner, so I can go ahead and just put my finger back there and keep doing it so it gets multiple different angles and copies. So let's add one more finger, which is my left. Oh, that is working beautifully. All right, next. Definitely want to go with dark theme. Saves on some battery life. I know about going home. I've Had a Pixel for a minute now. I'll tell you what, I do miss the squeeze feature of the Pixel 4. That was pretty awesome. All right, so we're going to swipe up, and now we're home. So basically, if you're new to Google Pixel, this is your home button when you swipe up. If you hold it, you get to your recent apps. You can go left to switch to the app you were just on, or right. So like if we open up the Play Store, we open up the camera, we'll open up the clock. So I hold it, and now all my apps are up here, and I can clear them all, or I can swipe them away one at a time. And if I'm opening this, and I'm opening that, now, if I copied something from here and I need to enter it into the Play Store, I just go back to the Play Store. And then when I'm done, I go back to Chrome. It's a pretty neat little feature there. And by my bed, I do have the Pixel stand. I absolutely love it because it puts my phone in Do Not Disturb mode automatically for me when I sleep. And in the morning, it turns the screen on, and it gets brighter and brighter, and it's preparing me for my alarm to go off. It's a very, very neat stand. I just wish it didn't cost so much. All right, so first glance, what can we look at that's a little different? So to go back on this, you just go to the left or the right here on your screen. So battery doesn't tell us the exact battery. Pixel 5a system update. It is on Android 11 right now. We are using 14 gigs of our 128. And then there's the camera on the Pixel 5a. Take a picture. For video, we have full HD and we have 4K. It does 4K at 60 frames per second too. Wow. So 4K 60. Or full HD. What is auto? Auto frames per second? That's weird. You can do 30 at 1080p, or 60 at 1080p, or 4K at 60. You've got some controls here for the RAW and JPEG. It's got video stabilization, of course. Night sight's pretty cool. You can get some shots at night when you're it's really dark and you want to get the moon. And then you can take a panorama, a photosphere, or lens. And yeah, so you've got slow motion. You can do at 1/8 or 1/4, or you can do a time lapse. Lots of cool things you can do. I'm going to be using this today. I'll be back. For you, it'll be just a second. Oh, hey, what's that, you might ask? That, my friends, is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And now I can listen to music on my wired earphones, and I can charge my phone at the same time. Ha ha! All right, so it has been a day. Today is the next day. And I want to show you something. All right, so here we've got a watt meter, and we have a 30 watt power delivery charger. So we're going to go ahead and plug in our phone, since we're at 11% battery, and we're going to go ahead and charge this thing and see how fast it can charge. So I'm going to lock it and then plug it up. And it says charging rapidly. So you know you're getting a fast charge. And then if I look over here at this charger, you can see that I'm pushing 23 watts into this phone, which is actually very impressive. Meaning, you know, if you're about to leave the house and your phone's almost dead, you're going to be able to get a very fast charge and have most of your battery charged up within 30 minutes, which is huge. If you use like a crappy little 5, watt 1 amp charger, you're going to get like 5 watts. If you use a 2 amp charger, you're going to get like 10 watts. This is giving you 23. I don't have too much else to talk about. With the cameras, you do get the wide angle lens there. So if you hit the 0.6, it's going to give you much more in the shot as you would just like a normal zoom. So let's do a video where it uses the whole lens, for example. So here we go. This is what it can normally see. Now if we do voiceover Josh here. So one thing I noticed is that I was missing the 0.6, the wide angle lens feature on the camcorder, so the video mode. And if you go back to when I first opened the camera minutes ago, you're going to see that that option was there. You have to have 1080p as your video quality to get the wide angle lens. If you put it on 4K, you lose the ultra wide angle 0.6 part. So that's why you're not seeing it, and that's why I can't find it. I would have to go back and change it to 1080p. Then I could record a video at, ultra wide angle. So this thing has one of the best cameras you can buy in a smartphone for this price. Now, I do want to show you some information about this phone. This is a pretty neat app called Device Info, and it just basically gives you an estimate of, I'm using 68% of the RAM, and it can tell you what each core is up to here, and it can tell you that the battery is charging, and it's charging via AC. Now, if we go to the CPU, you can see that we have 6 cores at 1.8 gigahertz. We have 1 core at 2.21 gigahertz and 1 core at 2.4 gigahertz. What does that mean? That means in a game I play like this one, you are going to notice a little bit of like stuttering, a little bit of a slowdown, like something I'm used to happening real fast on, like on my iPhone 12, which has an A14, which has some cores going to 3.1 gigahertz. On this one, it's not nearly as smooth. Sometimes, yeah, see, that stuttered just now when it went up after I got some more XP. This game is really hard on this device for some reason. So I'll just go to the dealer and I'll buy something I need, like feathers, for example, and you're going to see a little bit of a slowdown in that. See, right there, it's doing it right there too. So this is not a fast device for like games that require a lot for the performance, but it's not slow either. It's handling everything I've needed it to do over the last day, except for the fact that you can't help but notice in games like this that when you do something, there is right there, slow motion as it leaves the screen. Now, just for comparison, I want to show you this, and this is a budget phone. This is a $400 phone versus, I think this Tab S6 was like, I don't know, like $800 or something. It's a LTE model through the carrier, so you don't have to use Wi-Fi. I can be on data and use 4G LTE. But anyways, so look, it's got 4 cores at 1.79 gigahertz, 3 cores at 2.42 gigahertz, and 1 core at 2.84 gigahertz. So it's going to have a better processor than this phone, meaning it's going to be able to handle that same game on a tablet. I'm only even bringing this up because this isn't even perfect. The best experience by far is definitely on the iPhone 12. The A14 chip, whether you love or hate Apple, is very, very impressive. So really smooth. I can go in here and I can feed. Let's grab these. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and feed my animals here. And I'll let the XP go up. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Awesome. Yeah, so it's definitely a better experience on this thing than it is on the Pixel 5a. See, this is the specs on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's got 2 3.1 gigahertz cores with 4 1.8 gigahertz cores, and it definitely feels smoother than even this tablet when playing that game. So if you were buying this phone to play high-end games, I would consider something else. The whole point is this is definitely not the fastest phone, but you have to look at the fact that this is a $400 phone versus this being like a $1,200 phone, and the like notes with the 865, 865 Plus, or 888 or whatever newer version of Snapdragon's out there, you're going to pay easily $1,000 or more dollars. So for half the price, you're not getting half the performance, which is a good thing. You're getting more than half the performance, but it's definitely not as smooth or at the same level. And what's interesting is this app isn't updated enough yet to tell what type of memory is in here. If you open this app up on like my tablet, it'll actually give me the exact type of RAM it is. But on here, it doesn't know that yet. And just to show you what I was talking about, there you go. It says LPDDR4X at 2133 megahertz. So yeah, it actually knows the exact type of RAM that's in there. And this is the older Tab S6. There's a Tab S7. So with all this being said, this device feels really, really smooth. There are absolutely zero issues with lag or things running slow unless you're trying to play a game. And I only have one game, Township, that I've tested. So at this time, if you're using any other app like Nest to look at your cameras, or Facebook to see what your friends are up to, TikTok watching videos, YouTube in the highest quality that the screen supports. So we'll open up an 8K video here, and we will look at, we can do 2160p on this phone. This is going to be my daily driver unless I get my hands on the Pixel 6, because that's going to have their custom chip that's supposed to be really fast. And then the issues with lag in one of the games that I play will be gone. The fact that you have a headphone jack is just downright amazing. It's freaking awesome. All right, we're going to wrap this up. This is already getting kind of long. All right, so here we have our Pixel 5. And we have wireless charging, so this thing will charge up wirelessly just fine. And you have this neat little option here for battery share, and you can tell your phone, like, once I get to 50%, stop sharing. Once I get to 10%, stop sharing. And you can just turn it on. And now you place your earbuds on the back of your phone, and you can wirelessly charge them. Now, with the Pixel 5a, unfortunately, we do not see those options. Adaptive battery, battery percentage, battery share is missing. So when you try to use a wireless charger with the Pixel 5a, it doesn't work. That's okay for me, because honestly, you're going to get a much, much, much faster charge with a wired connection than you would with a wireless connection. If you're looking for wireless charging, definitely consider this phone over this one. If you don't care about wireless charging, I would say pick up this one, especially if you are someone that has 3.5mm headphone jacks laying around and you want to be able to charge this phone while that extended Discord call, that long Discord call that you're having with somebody, that a Zoom video conference, whatever you're doing that requires a microphone and for you to listen, you can plug it into the slot here and talk and listen while charging at the same time. Look, the Pixel 5 has been my main phone, my daily driver since I received it. I am a two-phone guy, so I will have one Android and one Apple phone in my pocket. There's a lot of reasons for that, such as apps that only work on iOS, apps that only work on Android, apps that work better on iOS, or apps that work better for Android. If I want to review a product and it only works with iOS, I can do that. If I want to review something that only works on Android, I can do that. So I will have both of these phones, an Apple and an Android, on me at all times. And the Pixel 5 has been my daily driver since I got it. But now that I have a headphone jack, a much larger battery than what's inside this guy, I will use this phone even though it does not have wireless charging, because I prefer to plug my phone in before I leave for work and know that it's going to charge way faster, and that, say I have 45 minutes before I get to work. If I can have a full battery in 45 minutes versus a wireless charge, and I've got maybe not even half a battery, I'm going with the wired charge to make sure that my battery's full before I head out for work. Wireless is definitely more of a convenience and nice to have, but going back to a smaller battery, a smaller screen, and not having a headphone jack, I'm sold on the Pixel 5a. Since yesterday and moving forward until the Pixel 6, this is my daily driver. This is what's going to be in my pocket. This is what I recommend to you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating. It would be greatly appreciated. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, please, so you don't miss any videos. If I do get my hands on the Pixel 6, and if I do get my hands on the phone, you will be one of the first to see my thoughts, my reactions, and whether that's something I recommend to other people or not. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.